世界をつなごう
Aryan Jabbari, webmaster Scarce City, New York City.
Anthony Michael Bourdain was an American celebrity chef, author, and travel documentarian who starred in programs focusing on the exploration of international culture, cuisine, and the human condition. Have you ever had a chance to get a meal from him?
No.
Hongdae Seoul in South Africa is my favorite place on earth.
No.
CUN CUNY Tech Prep is a year-long technical and professional development program for computer science majors of the City University of New York. As an instructor, your mission is to equip students with the resources they need to jumpstart their careers in tech. Did you ever dream of only instructing Bitcoin and Lightning and orange pilling all those students?
Yes.
The 2019 American psychological thriller film Joker is produced by Todd Phillips and played by Joaquin Phoenix. Do you know that it's one of the highest grossing movies with $1 billion of all time, given its modest budget of approximately $63 million?
No.
Is it true that you once had a problem with having too much beer at the Scarce City Gallery in New York that you organized a beer pong tournament?
Yes.
Are you auctioning a carbon steel Lightning Network sword on Scarce City, forked in Spain and weighed 1.4 kilograms?
No.
Did you know that the first rare Pepes were mined in block 428,919 on the Bitcoin blockchain in September 2016, long before the term NFT was in common usage and therefore predated the revered 2017 Ethereum-based NFT collection CryptoPunks by Larva Labs?
Yes.
Would you like to see Ed Koch Queensboro Bridge in New York in orange?
Yes.
Confessions of an Economic Hitman is a semi-autobiographical book written by John Perkins, first published in 2004. Were you amused reading all those conspiracy theories?
Yes.
Are you Satoshi Nakamoto?
No.
Welcome to the Connect the World weekly podcast. I'm Edward.
And I'm Stef. We are ready to take you with us into the beautiful world of the Lightning Network.
Enjoy the ride. Yeah, this is episode 35 of Connect the World. Stef,
Hey,
how are you
Eddie.
doing this week?
I'm fine, man. Hey, did you have some sunshine? Because your tan is...
Yes, it's still hot. Yeah. I have air conditioning here and I turned it off because of the noise. And then it becomes hot very soon. So yeah.
I thought maybe you went to the beach or something because your tan is a bit brown.
Yeah, really? Well,
Yeah.
I've been outside more than normal. Well, more than normal. In the weekend, I guess, and I also worked. So I don't know, but I was a whole day half day in a playground, and there it was sunny. So perhaps maybe that did some good for me because
you're looking
I'm
good,
always
man.
working.
You're looking healthy.
Thanks.
Yeah. So
and I can change the color of my light, right? And then make it
and maybe
warmer.
it's also because of your shirt, because the reflection, the reflection of your shirt, maybe. So I hope I don't look yellow and a bit sick, but
I'm gonna change the color. Let's have a look. Yeah, like this.
Oh man,
even more yellow.
Damn, this
is blue.
bringing
No,
back the
this
Miami
better.
vibes, you know.
Yeah,
The episode we had in with Bitcoin 2022, right?
there we were. Not naked, but almost.
Well, I don't know if you were naked. I wasn't.
Yeah, but now I want to be because it's so hot. So
it's really hot, but it's better than last week, right?
And I've been inside the whole day, so
Okay. Hey, but I saw you had a busy evening yesterday because you recorded a quick talk with Jesse Berger. And Jesse Berger is using the service from Mesh, which you also had a quick talk with Jared from Mesh.
With Jared, yeah,
Can
indeed.
you maybe tell us
we were also
something more
busy
about
with. We were busy with our website, and then we met Jared and with the Daily Moon, right? Because we're writing articles now. We're editors and writing for the news, and then we've met him and recorded a QuickTalk. And then he said later that there was something very interesting, and I saw the book of Jesse Berger. Because he wrote the book, and it's called The Magic Internet Money.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing is, this book is about Bitcoin, written in plain language, and to challenge readers to rethink the role of money in society. And it's very entertaining written, so with nice titles, nice quotes, and nice images, and that triggers something, because we also want to bring the news and our content in an entertaining way. And the interesting thing is that Jared told us that there was going to be a re-release of the manuscript, because the book is a year old, and now it's powered by Lightning.
Nice. So
that's
but play a snippet, man, and maybe we can
let's play
listen to a part. Yeah.
I'm gonna play the snippet. Yeah, here it comes. You re-released the original manuscript to make it available to read using Lightning. And how did you come up with the idea to do this in collaboration with Mash?
Yeah, so Jared from Mash actually broached the idea with me. We have known each other for some time, but reconnected more recently. And he thought, just based on the template and the format of my book, which every page is individually sectioned off so that you only have to read it in sort of bite-sized chunks, he thought that, it might be a very appropriate book to showcase how Lightning can be used in sort of value-for-value exchange and sort of pay-as-you-enjoy type of model. Where, I'll try reading 1 or 2 pages or the first chapter, and if I like it, I can click and keep paying, and it's just I'm sort of streaming sats as I'm reading the book.
Yeah, it's so interesting.
And
because
what I like
you're
the
paying
most,
by usage.
That's what I wanted to say. You're paying by usage, right? So if you for instance, just open up a book and read like five paragraphs or something, and you don't like it, you don't have to pay anymore. And but on the other hand, if you really like it, you just keep paying and
keep reading, and you can set a budget, so it's limited. And I think for informational books, because normally you want to read a book from the beginning to the end, but the informational book you want to search for something, and then I think it's interesting.
Or maybe someone refers to you to a specific chapter of a book, and you can only read that specific chapter, right? So
and I like
it opens up a whole new world.
And that it can be interactive, right? Because perhaps you can boost or something. I really like this chapter and I want to pay more, and you can donate. Yeah. So that's because we're content creators. I really feel for a creator that this is something that you could earn what it's worth, and not to have a lot of followers, but to really produce quality and that it get paid for. Yeah. So if you want to know more about Jesse Berger or his book Magic Internet Money, then watch or listen this quick talk, and of course all the links will be in the show notes.
Yes, cool. Hey, but Jesse Berger was the guest of the quick talk, but not the guest of today's episode.
Indeed.
Who do we welcome this week, Edward?
This week we welcome Aryan Jabbari, and he's a technical co-founder of Scarce City, an online marketplace of Bitcoin goods and Bitcoin NFTs.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Bitcoin goods, and I think Bitcoin and art is a really good match. So,
and he's a real technical guy. I've also met him at the Chain Code Labs Bitcoin seminar, which I'm currently at. It's going to be a really interesting podcast.
Yes, indeed. Nice, man. Really looking forward to the interview. Yeah. But first, let's have a talk about the statistics of the Lightning Network, and of course about our Rings of Fire community. Edward.
Yeah, have fun.
Connect,
So it's a bit of a bear market within our community, I would say, because we only added 60 million sats this week. But
there are no bears at Lightning.
No, there are no bears. That's correct, but still a nice number. Last week it was 37.8 Bitcoin, and now it's almost 38 Bitcoin in total.
Yeah,
with around 1,310 members participating in over 171 rings. So there's still a small increase. But yeah, I mean, it's also holidays, right, Edward? So I think there will be better times.
Yeah. And we're now at block height 746,455. And there are 16,983 Lightning nodes in the world. With more than 4,319 Bitcoin as network capacity.
Yep.
And the value of today, Stef?
1 million Satoshis is getting you $220, 215 euros, and 1,484 Chinese yuan.
Connetti il mondo.
Yeah, the Daily Moon news. Then some highlighted news updates brought to you every week by the Daily Moon. And the Daily Moon is, of course, a bunch of people. There are a lot of news editors that help us with the news.
And they do an amazing job.
We need to cheer,
with it.
right? Yeah, really, really. Because if you don't yet seen it, you can follow the Daily Moon on Twitter, Telegram, and the links will be put in the show notes every time. And it's daily. So if there is something new, it appears. And it's made by Ramon, Yvette, Jesse, El Professor from the Latinodos community, Slaapiehoofd and Laptopman. Sleepyhead, yeah. And Laptopman and Ramon, of course, are one of our own.
And you, Edward.
Connect the World. Yeah, and of course, me. But they really do a lot of work because sometimes it's not evenly. So sometimes I have a lot of other things to do, and then it's really amazing that they prepare it. So yeah, great. Yeah, and this week there was so much Lightning news. I've chosen some highlights. It was really incredible. And Stefan, we must choose, and the rest will be available at the Daily Moon. So please check it. Let's start with Zapride. I didn't know Zapride, but they make it possible to send beautiful professional Bitcoin and Lightning and Liquid invoices with ease. They wrote a blog post to explain the new LND integration for Lightning payments. So you can connect any node via LND to offer clients the option to pay in Lightning directly to your own wallet. And then Satsback, and we recorded an episode 10, I think, with Tom Chojnacki, one of the co-founders at Satsback, which you also use, Stef. You can earn sats while shopping online. Yeah, me too. So cashback and loyalty rewards, it works really great. And they tweeted, and that's the news, that they connected over 2,500 new merchants in the last 3 months. And that brings the total to 15,000 merchants worldwide. It's crazy. Yeah.
And you really need to add your extension, right, to your browser, because sometimes I'm just in a hurry and I have to order something, and then suddenly the satsback.com extension is popping up that there are satsback available, and it was like,
if you don't hit it,
I almost forgot, you know. And well, those are free sats, man. So you
I think it's nice that it works as an extension. Indeed, you can't forget it then. Yeah, and you have to hit the button, of course. But if you forget it, then
works flawless.
And then over to Amboss. Our friends at Amboss added a new feature that makes it possible to see and add a location based on the IP address of your node. That sounds also a bit weird, of course, but the location is shown based solely on the IP address that is contained in the gossip that each node shares, and to preserve privacy. A node can be run on Tor, for example, on a VPS or behind a VPN. Check the show notes also for the solution with tunnel sets. That's also interesting. I've told about tunnel sets in the news of last week, so also check them out. And then, last but not least, Jabbari. Jabbari enables programmable payments and small transactions to power economies for virtual worlds with near zero fees. So for gaming, for those who don't know them. And last year they raised 11.5 million. And now they raised another 35 million in a new round of funding to further develop its Lightning payment system for games and integrate with other partners. So I've added also the website and the information about Jabbari. And I have one update that I thought, this one I really need to mention. The Eye of Satoshi. The Eye of Satoshi is a free open source Lightning watchtower. And the newest release includes a revamped version of the watchtower CLN plugin and a watchtower client for a CLN so you can connect to your nodes to Eyes of Satoshi. So check at all the highlights in the GitHub because there are a lot of more enhancements, of course.
And you already mentioned it, Edward, but I will mention it again. Do you want to read more and stay up to date about everything related to Lightning, the news and our updates? Then head over to tdm.news, which stands for the Daily Moon, of course, and follow the Daily Moon on Twitter or Telegram. And the links are in the show notes, as Edward already mentioned.
Yeah. It's very easy. So just the Telegram also. It's easy to read.
Enjoy. Yeah.
Connect the world.
And let's have a look at our rings forecast, because this week, Edward, we balanced 2 rings. So it doesn't sound a lot. And by the way, we finished also 1 ring. So that one was not balanced, but we managed to balance 2. Starting with the 2 million Satoshis 27th run, while the temperature is rising to record levels in Europe, Guy Bruss kept his head cool and balanced his ring in no time. Nice collaboration between Europe and Asia. Great job, and enjoy those freshly balanced channels. So within this ring, there were a node operator from Japan, Belgium, Holland, Germany, and Italy. And then we had the 5 million Satoshis 24th ring. Light B, or U, did an amazing job by balancing this ring as a first-timer. He had some help from within the group and prepared himself very good. After some last-minute adjustments and debugging, he set this ring on fire. So great job, you, and thanks to the others for helping out. And within this ring, there were node operators from Belgium, Sweden, it was Russia and Canada. And as I already mentioned, we had a ring which we couldn't finish because routing took place. Well, I keep saying that this is not a bad thing because it's very nice that those rings of fire attract that many traffic. But the 2 million Satoshis 25th ring, it was finished. And within this ring, there were node operators from, I see, Indonesia, USA, Swiss, Spain, Germany, and Norway, I guess. So that's very nice. So a busy week.
Great. Yeah. Indeed. And then, I have my finger on the drum roll ready.
Yeah.
Because last episode, we had Anthony Poddevin from Amboss and Thunderhub. And he gave a prize away. 3 month subscription of Amboss.
Value
of
45,000 Satoshis.
So that's nice. And you have all the options Amboss gives you, also with Magma. Because then you pay no fees. So it's very interesting.
And there were a lot of guys who participated within this giveaway. So put the drum roll on and I will tell who won it.
There it comes. Who is it, Stef?
The winner is Martin Berger.
So Martin.
Congrats, Martin.
Congrats.
Martin Berger, who is using the Twitter handle Sayer. So
a nice Twitter handle.
Nice Twitter handle. So if you can reach out to us on Twitter or on Telegram, please reach out to us and we can get you in contact with AP. And we will make sure that this prize will come your way.
Yeah, indeed. So that's for this week with this part. And thanks, Stef. Let's go to the lightning notes.
Let's do it, mate.
世界をつなぐ
Make sure
to secure your home network. So change default passwords and use two-factor authentication where possible. And keep your software up to date. It's also very important. Please keep in mind that the whole Lightning network is very experimental. Software like Mynode, Umbrel, Raspberry Blitz, for example, and many others, and LND also, are still in beta phase. Don't blindly run terminal commands on your node if you don't understand them yourself, and especially when prefixed with sudo. And the last one is also very important. Don't use Satoshis that you're not willing to lose. So if you're not aware of all security considerations, then read into it. Educate yourself, read articles, ask for help in Telegram groups with high reputation like ours, and listen to podcasts and learn by doing. Otherwise, don't participate.
Also, you can stay informed by following us on Twitter. You can find us at Satoshi Radio ROF. And follow our Lightning leader, Jonī Kyasshu. Join our Telegram groups, Satoshi Radio, Ring of Fire, and Connect the World. And check our website, satoshi.radio. It would be nice for you to be part of our Amboss community. You can find us there on Satoshi Radio. And like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Use Podcasting 2.0 to listen to Connect the World. And you can check SATA trading for the current value. You can find all this information, of course, also in the show notes as well.
All right, let's get on to the show.
Conectado Lumea.
Welcome, Aryan. We're excited to have you on our show. How are you?
Good, thank you. I'm great. I'm excited to be here.
Okay, great.
Were those questions difficult to you, or I saw some doubt here and there?
Yeah. There's some doubt here and there, but mostly no. I'm the thought of orange pilling a bunch of college students ready to be orange pilled is amazing.
I thought so. That was really, because you see a lot of students, right? So
I never even thought to squeeze in lightning there. Don't use Stripe, use lightning.
Yeah. And you also you lived in South Korea, and you also taught there, right? Or what were you teaching there?
Yeah, sure. I lived in South Korea for 2 years in Seoul, probably like my top 3 cities in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And
it wasn't your favorite one. I asked you, but you said no.
No, it wasn't my favorite one. I think Barcelona would have to be my favorite one.
Same as mine, man.
Same as mine. I don't know. Those two are amazing. But yeah, I taught English in South Korea. It was pretty amazing.
Cool. Nice, man. Nice.
I was thinking about it, Lightning network sort, right? And you said no. I was searching the link because I know that I saw it, but I can't find it anymore. But I will find it and then put it in the show notes.
Yeah, please do. Maybe I misunderstood the question.
It was really great. A real sword.
Oh, the sword! Yes.
And it had a lightning network in the steel carved in.
Sovereignty, lightning.
Yeah,
yes, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
No, it doesn't matter. And I thought 1.4 kilograms. So that would be a real amazing piece of art on the wall, right? So next time the sword is on my wall.
I'll let you know when we have them up for auction, so you can bid on them.
Well, I want to say you have to place your bet, Edward. I mean,
I loved it.
And now you're driving the price up by talking so.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah,
so extremely good about it.
No, I think when putting lightning on it, then the price went up because, of course, a lightning network sword. That's
number go up technology, right?
Yeah,
number go up technology. But I know lightning users; they like to keep their sats close. They like to keep them.
Yeah.
And Aryan, what are Pepes?
What are Pepes? Pepes are frogs. Basically, let's see, on counterparty. NFTs, before the term NFTs existed, were a community. Pepe is everything, really. Just Pepe.
Just a Pepe. You have to see it and then you can recognize it.
You have to come hang out with us. You have to come out to our parties. You have to come buy our art and look at our art in person, because it's not only digital. We have physical art, absolutely beautiful. And you have to kind of be there to understand the allure and the rabbit hole of Pepe. We have orange pills, and for Pepe, we have green pilling. So I hope to green pill you too.
Cool. Really, for those listeners that are listening and thinking, how does it look like? I've seen some movie clips also of the gallery in New York. Really great to see. And I'm visualizing a Connect the World Pepe with Connect the World on his shirt or something. So,
I mean, I
if
could find an
someone's listening,
artist to make you a Connect the World Pepe.
that would be great.
Tempting.
Yeah.
In the beginning of this year, you made a joke about the Rare Pepe wallet announcing that they were pausing all withdrawals. Please explain this, because we really believed it.
We believed it, and then
I know. Everyone believed it. So Joe Looney is a creator of Rare Pepe Wallet, and I usually go back and forth joking with him. There was a point where, if you remember, Celsius was pausing withdrawals. Yeah. So if you look at the screenshot, that's actually the Celsius email that I got. I took a screenshot of the Celsius email, put Rare Pepe Wallet on top, and joked, "Hey, Rare Pepe Wallet is pausing
the same text. You didn't adjust the text, no nothing."
I replaced Celsius with Rare Pepe Wallet, but it was bad Photoshop. It was really bad Photoshop.
And you've put something there. Well, I will contact them to try find out an explanation, because what this is. And I thought, well, how can this be?
Yeah, and then nobody thought it was funny. Everyone thought it was serious. Everyone was like, "This joke is not funny." I still find it kind of funny.
Yeah, we are laughing now, so I think
exactly.
Well, afterwards, it's
And you are obviously known for building Scarce City also. Can you maybe elaborate in a nutshell what Scarce City is? Because obviously we also have a lot of questions for you in the 21 minutes, but maybe for people who don't know what Scarce City is, can you maybe tell it in a nutshell?
Sure, of course. Scarce City is an online auction house and marketplace for Bitcoin goods and Bitcoin collectibles. We're hoping to be the hub of Bitcoin culture. So we want to throw the Bitcoin parties. We want to sell the Bitcoin goods, whether it be Pepes, as you said, Bitcoin art created by, let's say, Fractal Encrypt or Crypto Graffiti, or hopefully, let's say, miners in the future, Bitcoin merchandise. Yeah. So we're, again, 100% Bitcoin, no shit coins. We believe in the mission of Bitcoin.
And if you say merchandise, I'm thinking about Connect the World merchandise also at work.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe we have to grow a bit, and then we can team up with Scarce City.
Listen,
and the nice thing is that Lightning users want to use their Satoshi. So it's very different than on-chain. We like to hodl, and we like to do both. So putting them to use would be very nice. Yeah,
I think some cool Connect the World socks would be amazing. Like really, really nice socks.
For Christmas, right?
I have happy socks, so that would be great. I would definitely wear them.
We do have to make them scarce, though. They have to be limited edition, one of 21 with a counterparty token behind it.
Right.
I let you sign them, Stef, and then I wear them.
Okay, cool.
And after you wear them, we can sell them. Worn by the hosts of Connect the World.
Nice, man. Or maybe we have to put a discount on it. You never know, right?
Yeah, because it's because
you mark it up. Mark it up. People like that stuff. It's collectible.
Yeah, that's right. No, that's right.
We will put it on our roadmap, right? Hey, Aryan, we have all kinds of questions for you also about Scarce City, more in-depth. But it has to be in the 21 minutes. We also have some questions about your vision on the Lightning Network. We will start with that. So, guys, if you are ready, we will enter the 21 minutes. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
Yes,
ready.
Let's do it.
Collect the build.
Aryan, you live in Queens, New York. Do you use the Lightning Network in your daily life, for example, to buy some goods? Of course, in Scarce City Gallery, but outside of that?
That's a good question. We have outside the street, down the block, we have every Sunday a vendor mall where small businesses, mainly businesses of one person, kind of sell their goods. Sometimes they bake goods. Sometimes these baked goods have a little something inside. It's like a small little gray market. And a lot of them accept only cash. So I have asked, hey, do you accept Bitcoin? Right? And one of them downloaded Breeze and accepted my Bitcoin. So yes, I have used it once.
And you explained to him how it works, or did he do it himself?
How it works? Yeah, I explained the fact that they had to create an invoice. You know, you put in the amount that they want to charge, but I didn't explain Lightning protocol or Lightning specifics or go into specifics about that because I'm afraid that sometimes intimidates new users.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
but to be honest, like next week, if I go and I see them again, I'll ask, "Hey, how's Breeze? You know, have you done any research?" Because it only takes that small seed for them to just research and look into it and learn more.
And they have to talk to the other vendors, and then maybe you can buy some stuff at the second vendor there.
Exactly. I think at least asking, "Hey, do you accept Bitcoin?" is a small step into like starting their curiosity. At the same time, I once posted on a Queens, New York forum or Reddit, you know, or any businesses interested in accepting Bitcoin. And on the internet, people that are non-Bitcoiners are kind of like, why do we need Bitcoin? You know, Bitcoin uses so much electricity, et cetera, et cetera. So I had to delete that post because they didn't understand it and I didn't want to get into a fight on the internet because that's a waste of time always.
Of course. And time is scarce, right? So
exactly, time is money.
And if you look back at the last years of Lightning development and you have to look 4 years in the future, where do you think we are with Lightning within 4 years?
So the important thing with Lightning in 4 years is I think we're going to see the Lightning network as a bigger use case further than payments, right? It'll be like the Sphinx chat will extend to be further than even just text chat. Speaking of Sphinx chat, I do think Sphinx chat will start to replace Telegram for text chat for Bitcoiners, right? Because you show Bitcoiners that, hey, Sphinx chat is private, et cetera, et cetera. I think they'll come aboard. It's just a matter of teaching them how a Sphinx node works. And more importantly, I think this is the most important part is Lightning empowers local economies, where microeconomies. And I'm thinking Bitcoin Beach, I'm thinking Bitcoin Akazi, Lago Bitcoin, etc. These small economies will grow in the corners of the world. We'll go visit them. We'll escape clown world finally for a little bit, maybe a week or two. And then I just dream of these local economies. Let's imagine Bitcoin Beach, Bitcoin Lago, like just that first trade, right? So now they traded with each other. So now we have real, just
and then you can add Bitcoin Akazi from South Africa.
Oh man, that excites me. That gets me just really excited to see.
Yeah, because I was thinking about what, in your opinion, is necessary to see more adoption, to actually have that domino effect. Do you think that in those countries it will be faster? All those countries are going to make it legal tender or to adopt it?
I think at the very least, the countries with weaker fiat currencies. I don't know if you saw the Adopting Bitcoin interview where the Central African region, they don't even have a currency for themselves. They use French bonds as a currency. I think those countries are ripe for adopting Bitcoin and hopefully innovating around Lightning and creating their own wallets and creating their own economies. So they have more of an incentive to do that than, let's say, Western economies such as, America, Netherlands, Western Europe, etc.
Yeah, and when you look at fiat payment processors, there are quite a few large companies such as Aiden, PayPal, Stripe, etc. Do you think there's a greater chance that Bitcoin and Lightning payment processing will be offered by a new player that is not one of the already existing companies that are now only engaged in fiat transactions?
Not here in the Western economy, not in the Western world, if you will, or Western countries. I think places like Central and South America, where they may not have big payment processors such as Stripe or PayPal, they need to innovate, and they're ready to innovate. Learning to code is decentralized. You can learn to code online in a course. So you can learn a code, learn Bitcoin, let's say take chain code, and then maybe make a wallet and innovate there. And these innovations really come from the small microeconomies that need Lightning.
And I'm just curious, what is the most stunning thing that you've seen on the Lightning Network? Something that you just thought that this is amazing.
So I already described my fascination of the microeconomy, so I'll get off there. But when you ask that question, I think of anything created by Ben Ark. I'm not sure if you know Ben Ark, but he just hacks and innovates and hacks and innovates, and he makes offline point of sales for Lightning, which I didn't even think of. Like that wasn't even an idea in my head that I thought was possible. But I think for Ben, nothing's impossible. So we created a offline point of sale, which is important, let's say, in places with spotty internet. He's bootstrapped Ellen Bits for Lightning, which he calls WordPress for Lightning. Now you can boot that up. You can have plugins where you can pay for like a Spotify jukebox, which is amazing. So much fun. Yeah, and then he has like silly things where he's on video and he has a QR code on the video.
Yeah,
pay that QR code. And a fly swatter hits him and smoke is all around him. Like that's funny. And people remember that video. And people wonder, like, how did they do that? Lightning.
Yeah, crazy, right? From all over the world, you can interact with him. That's I think the most important part of that. Yeah,
that you can get in contact and then be. Well, we're gonna get to Scarce City later, but do you have a point of sale there? Some kind of system that you can physically use to pay for some goods?
At Scarce City, we use our website as the point of sale.
Of course, QR code.
So it's easier because they have to type in their shipping address anyway.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We don't want to type it in for them because again, we believe in privacy. You type it in, you do the invoice, and we'll help you out.
Yeah. And when did you start the Scarce City node? What is running? What is it running on? And when do you use it for? Also to receive payments, obviously.
Yeah. The Scarce City node started post-COVID when Scarce City started, and honestly, it was bootstrapped via BTC Pay Server. So thank you, BTC Pay Server, for everything you do. At that point, I didn't really know what Lightning was. I didn't really understand how to connect, what connecting to peers were and creating channels was. So it started as a playground for me to learn Lightning because we weren't doing a lot with Lightning, and now it's this big node that we use to accept payments and to pay others, and I sometimes use it to connect to different channels, and hopefully I'll do a Ring of Fire soon.
Yeah, I was just trying. Yeah, I was thinking about it.
Scarce City will be in a Ring of Fire, and I'm sorry that we haven't.
I can see the fire burning inside you already a bit. So
then we have a very fast channel to the Scarce City node. And well, let's start off with Scarce City because you explained it's a marketplace that uses Bitcoin technology to sell Bitcoin goods for Bitcoin, Satoshis. How did you start Scarce City? How did you come up with it? And what is your role now? Because you said webmaster at the beginning. That's a very old word, but I do like it. So tell us.
Yeah, please. So I mean, I guess technically you can say the word CTO or Chief Technology Officer, but how boring and old and dusty is that word? Which reminds me of somebody who wears a suit to work, and I like to wear t-shirt and jeans. But anyway, I didn't come up with the idea for Scarce City, to be honest. I'll get into that a little bit later. But my co-founder and I used to work at the same fiat job pre-COVID. We got laid off for COVID. He had an idea. Hey, let's build a company that sells apparel online for Bitcoin and Bitcoin only. I didn't know any Bitcoin, but I was excited to learn something new. I took a Bitcoin course on Coursera, which is a big learning platform here. And I didn't really need to learn Bitcoin to stand up BTC Pay Server, but I'm very happy I did. And I built a website that sells apparel for Bitcoin. We sold maybe 10 t-shirts, like 3 to me, 3 to him, like 2 to our moms. You know, like our parents loved us. They were so proud of us, but the internet did not care. At that point, Chiefmonkey, he supported us. I believe he bought shirts, etc. he saw the potential to build an auction house because they're selling art on Bitcoin Talk. I don't remember if you know the old forum. And it was, I don't know, just imagine doing an auction on Bitcoin art. It's very hard, probably harder than even doing an auction on Telegram. So we built software that, does the auction, and that took off. We auctioned off Chiefmonkey's inaugural piece. It was called Relentless Optimism, which is such a beautiful title for our first piece.
Yeah,
it went for exactly 1 Bitcoin, which is the perfect price for it to go for. We didn't know what to expect. I was calling Chris. Oh my God, this is taking off. A Bitcoin, that's so much money. Like, it was great.
Nice. But do you see Scarce City more as a marketplace or as an art gallery then?
At the current snapshot in the current time, we're definitely closer to an art gallery. We started with art, again, with Chiefmonkey's influence. We're slowly trying to broaden our... Actually, we started with apparel, technically, right? But then we went to art. We found our niche. But now we're kind of going back to have more merchandise, right? More T-shirts, maybe miners. So we're trying to broaden our scope to be a marketplace.
Cool. And we have, in October, we have the Bitcoin 2022 Amsterdam version in my backyard. I'm so happy. But guys, if the guys are listening from Bitcoin Magazine, you guys need to have a small art gallery there. That would be awesome. I think we need to shout out to that, guys. We need to organize something, right? You deserve a spot there.
100%. Bitcoin Magazine, if you have an art gallery there. Sorry. Bitcoin Magazine, if you have an art gallery there, Scarce City will run the auctions.
Cool.
Again.
Yeah. Indeed. No, really. If you see what it could be, it's a great thing. I think to as a visitor pass through and then buy something that you like. Yeah, indeed. Well, what is your biggest goal for Scarce City? You just told us about what you're thinking about selling in the future. But also for getting more adoption for Bitcoin, or in your belief in NFT on Bitcoin or Lightning or something else? What are your goals?
Our biggest goal is to be a hub of Bitcoin culture. So the way that, I don't know, people think of a clothing brand, let's say Supreme or something, I want people to think of Scarce City, where Scarce City has like the coolest Bitcoin shirts, and Scarce City sells like the coolest Bitcoin art. And it's just a place that represents what Bitcoiners are all about. We want to go to Amsterdam and throw the biggest Bitcoin party there is in Amsterdam, if possible, right? Like things like that. We just want to be a central hub for Bitcoiners.
Cool. Nice. And at Scarce City, you believe that everything needs to be sold pseudonymous and borderless, permissionless, trust minimized. And verifiable authenticity and supply. Why is this a perfect fit when thinking of Bitcoin and Lightning technology?
Yeah, at Scarce City, we don't collect any customer data really. Obviously, to ship things, we collect shipping addresses, but I have a script that goes in our database and deletes all the shipping address after we're done with them, because we don't want any of that data. We don't believe that any of that data is necessary. We don't think KYC is necessary. And we'll not do KYC as long as it's legally possible. If we don't need to do KYC, we don't do it. And this is all made possible through Bitcoin and Lightning, because imagine that Scarce City, I don't even want to say it, but was like a fiat denominated marketplace, right? With Stripe and PayPal, KYC already, right? And they need to give us they need to give us their credit card number and where they live. And if artists make above a certain amount, they need to give their social security number. I don't even want to think about that. No. And the only reason that we can remain KYC-less is because Bitcoin and Lightning exist. We're our own bank. We don't need to go to the central bank.
No.
And honorary founder Chiefmonkey, like you said, seeded the artist community and had the original idea for the Bitcoin-based auctions. And He also built a Lightning-powered and Twitter-integrated marketplace where anyone can sell anything, and it's called a plebeian market. Still a minimum valuable product and, a proof of concept. Do you think these initiatives will be a big driver for adoption of Lightning?
Sure. I think especially drivers of Lightning in terms of getting Bitcoiners who haven't used Lightning yet, because there's a big percentage of Bitcoiners that still don't use Lightning because they don't find a reason to use Lightning, right?
Indeed.
They have their store of value and they're happy. But now when they see Chiefmonkey's plebeian market or, Scarce City, they see art that they want and they realize that they have to have Lightning to be able to bid and have to have Lightning to be able to pay. Bitcoiners in general are curious folk. So if we give a Bitcoiner a reason, hey, you need Lightning, they won't hesitate really to download Wallet of Satoshi, to put in an experimental number of sats, let's say, 50,000, 100,000 sats, whatever is experimental for them, and zap QR codes. And once they zap that first QR code and see the magic that happens when you authenticate or you pay an invoice and something on the screen happens because you zapped the QR code and paid, the internet money, like, I think that's it. Once you go Lightning,
it all happened to us, right?
Magic. Yeah,
it's magic. I first saw that was magic before my eyes, and ever since then, I fell in love with Lightning. And I think once a Bitcoiner goes Lightning, they won't go back. They'll just continue using Lightning as their hot wallet, which something I like to do.
Yeah, I think even a pre-coiner, someone who hasn't have any Bitcoin and want to enter the space, right, and then experience the beautiful thing the Lightning Network is. It's so flawless, and I think that maybe gets them even orange pilled.
Once you go, you never go back. It's
never go back. I've used Lightning Roulette. I don't know if you guys know Lightning Roulette.
Yeah, we also talked to Anthony Podevin about it. He also uses it.
It's a great orange pilling or Lightning pilling mechanism, right? Because you get to show friends that you could gamble online without asking the central bank for money or permission because it's illegal to bank. I mean, it's illegal to gamble in New York. Mm-hmm. Like, you could just zap money, win, zap out.
Yeah.
It was addictive, he said.
Yes.
And, Aryan, what was is the biggest problem you encountered with while building Scarce City?
Right. So at Scarce City, we use LNURL withdrawal QR codes to refund bidders their bid deposit. So the way it works is bidders give us a bid deposit, say 1 million sats. They bid on all the auctions. If they lose, or if they win, if they lose, we give them the refund back. If they win and they pay, we give them the refund back. If they win and they don't pay, they don't get the refund back. But anyway, so we give them the refund via LNURL withdrawal QR codes. LNURL withdraw is a spec. It's not code per se that I can just copy and paste. So I coded LNURL withdrawal by myself, not knowing that Ellen Bits had already done this. Ellen Bits had already fixed this problem. So I'm coding this thing all by myself. It was okay. It worked. Like, you could withdraw sats out, but then you could withdraw sats out again, and then you could withdraw sats out again, which is not the way it's supposed to work.
No.
I went into LNUR Mafia to ask for any help. A user by the name of Fiat Jaff offered his time and said, okay, like, show me your code. He PM'd me. I showed him back and forth. I was like, this guy's such a nice guy. He's like, he's taking all this time to help me. He found the bug, and then he goes, that's beautiful code you have there. And I was like, oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Not knowing who he is.
Had no idea who he was.
Yeah.
Had no idea he was a god in the Lightning community. And then months later, I realized that Fiat Jaff basically created the LNURL spec. Like, he's basically like this god that was so humble to help me. And he complimented my code. He said, my code,
nice.
It's like such a great compliment.
That's
coming from
the
him.
biggest compliment, right?
Oh my God, from him, of course.
He was on our show a couple of weeks ago. You should listen to it. It was a very nice talk.
Very nice, yeah. About Nostr. So if you're talking about another social media on Lightning, That's also interesting.
Yeah.
Right.
Ah, yeah, the TikTok Stef.
It's possible to pay
Yeah.
for Pepes from a Lightning wallet. The Pepes are sent to a counterparty wallet. Can you explain what a counterparty wallet is used for and how the buying and selling process works?
Sure, I'll try to speed through this. Counterparty is a protocol built on top of Bitcoin. It uses the op return in the Bitcoin transaction. It encodes data into there. A counterparty node can decode that data, use that data to figure out the counterparty sends, dispenses, sales, etc. And you need a counterparty wallet to interact with that counterparty node. On Scarce City, you can buy via any means of Bitcoin, Bitcoin on-chain, Lightning, and we'll send the counterparty asset, namely Pepes, to your counterparty wallet.
Cool.
So
nice
you
trick.
store it. You store the assets on the counterparty wallet. Then
Yes, the counterparty wallet it's really just a Bitcoin wallet, to be honest, with that interacts with the counterparty node.
Yeah,
because
you sell
Bitcoin.
A digital part, for example, of a physical piece of art.
A lot of the
if there
time.
is some digital part, then it gets stored on the counterparty wallet. Yeah,
Exactly.
Okay, that's how it works. Interesting. Yeah. Sorry, we failed to ask more questions because we had a lot more. But well, we just have to invite you again, or in Amsterdam.
Yeah, I'll see you in you in Amsterdam.
We drink a beer, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Definitely a beer.
Connetti il mondo.
We have a question left. Actually, it was from someone you know, also from Colombia, Anthony Poddevin, co-founder of @Embos.space and the main software engineer of ThunderHub. We asked him to come up with a question for you, Aryan, and Edward will play the audio file. You may answer it.
There it comes.
So first, I met him in El Salvador. Really nice guy. So hello. And a question for him. If we're talking just about a Lightning Network custodial solutions, is it a good trade-off to sort of lose that sovereignty in pro of being able to bring more people onto Lightning?
Yeah, sure. That's a good question. Hey, Tony, how are you? Can't wait to see you at Adopting Bitcoin again. But yes, I think keeping Lightning wallets as simple as possible for new users and new people to Bitcoin is very important. Because frankly, they don't care what custodial or non-custodial means. They just kind of want the simplicity of being able to get paid. At the same time, some wallets like Breeze Wallet are non-custodial and super simple to use. So I think this is going to be something like Breeze itself will be the perfect stepping stone for non-custodial solution and simplicity. Shout out to Roy Steinfeld, by the way. Great.
And we just agreed that when you use the Lightning Network, you will get orange pilled by the way. So around the way. So yeah, it doesn't matter. They will eventually they can have to choose themselves, right? If they want to do it custodial or not.
Exactly. Like just realizing that you don't need to ask permission from a bank to get a checking account and get paid. And you could just download an app on Google Play, Apple App Store, wherever it is, and start getting paid. That's all they need to know, and they'll learn about Bitcoin later, and they'll be orange pilled.
And Aryan, next time we have a new guest, and her name is Alexandra Moxin. Or Moxin. She is a CEO and founder of Advanced Tech Media, host of Advanced Tech Podcasts, same name, and also worked as VP of Product at LQWD FinTech. And we want to ask her a question from you. Do you have a question for her?
Sure. And just like Tony did to me, Alexandra, how are you? Nice to talk to you again. So my question is, with respect to non-technical Lightning enthusiasts or non-technical Lightning technologists, what can they do or should they do to push Lightning adoption and the Lightning economy forward?
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. We have to wait for the answer.
Yes.
Connecter le monde.
Well, Aryan, thanks for the nice talk, man. It was
indeed.
It was we had a blast, and thanks for being at the show. And
100%. I can't wait to meet you guys
again.
in Amsterdam.
Again, we will meet each
really
other
great.
in Amsterdam. Hey, where can people follow you, Aryan? Or maybe, obviously, tell us where they can find Scarce City, of course, but also maybe your Twitter account or something.
Of course. You could, if you want, Bitcoin goods, scarce.city is our domain, is our URL. If you want to follow me personally, it's Aryan, Aryan, Jabbari, Jabbari. That's on Twitter.
Cool. Thanks.
Cool. Yeah. And thanks for listening. And thanks to all members participating in the Satoshi Radio Rings of Fire. And of course, thanks to everyone connecting the world with us. And if you like our content, please support us in our mission. Visit our website, connecttheworld.live, where you can also donate and subscribe, like, and share our content on your favorite platform or Podcasting 2.0. We need you to complete our mission, connect the world. So keep those nodes running, sats flowing, and rings burning. And see you all next week with Alexandra Moxin on this same Lightning channel. Aloha.
Sayonara.